Okay. This is Manuel Hernandez. You know, because you're watching my... Yeah, that's my niece, Misty.
Hiya. Hiya. How are you?
And our cameraman, Jacob. Go ahead and show yourself. Ta-da! Okay. Okay. I've been asked a couple of times by different people about color mixing and my techniques that I like to use. So I'm going to go over color mixing. Now I have yellow, magenta, and cyan. And these are the three pigment primaries. And when this is watercolor, I like to put that liquid watercolor in there like that and then add just a little bit of water like that.
This tool helps to mix or cut away any colors that you might
That's
want
why I like
to
to use a cap because you can kind of like feel it sometimes and that helps.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what this is for.
Thank you for the help, Misty, but let's have one person talking at a time. I'll give you a chance to talk a little while.
I'll probably like 5 minutes.
Okay. Now, there's actually 6 basic colors, 6 primary colors. You got that a little close, don't you, Jacob? Okay, 6 primary colors.
You're close up.
The first 3 are the ones that I just showed you. Yellow, magenta, and cyan. The next 3 primaries are red, green, and blue. Now, red, green, and blue are made by mixing cyan, by mixing the 3 different pigment primaries. And let's hope this works out all right. I should have cleaned that brush off better before I started. I'm just going to get rid of that right now. And right here, I get this. And I just kind of throw that in there like that. And you see how that red it comes out? Oh, by the way, on these, I like to get a big bottle of water. So you don't got to get it that close. Because, some people, they get like a little cup, but then it gets too dirty too fast. So I've just done that so now I'm going to get this here like this. A little red and yellow there. Wash this out. I mix this in here. I like to use watercolor because it's very forgiving. This isn't quite getting the red that I wanted. I didn't realize I had messed up that other brush. Okay. Well, trust me for right now that it does make red.
That looks red to me.
Yeah. Well, it's not really red. I could get redder, but I didn't do it quite right. Let me get that little scooper thing. No, that's not going to be able to do that,
I think it's just for our acrylic colors, like mine.
Okay. So, then, cyan and yellow makes green. And I hope this works out better. Oh, where was... And yeah, that worked out a little bit better. You can see how that comes out green. And I know what you're saying. Isn't cyan just blue, a light blue? No, it's actually not. It's a whole different color. Because you mix cyan and magenta, and you get blue. Actually, this is turning a little bit more purple. Should have used a bit more cyan. So that so there's three different primary color groupings. There's the pigment primaries, which is cyan, yellow, and magenta. The illuminant primaries, which are red, blue, and green, and organic primaries, which are red, blue, and yellow. Now, you might have just noticed that I used the term the illuminant primaries. Now, why red, blue, and green is called illuminant primaries is because those are the colors of lights. I don't know about the TVs nowadays, but I know that when they use the cathode ray tubes, they used red, blue, and green because you can get any color of light by using those three colors of light. And so, like if you mix red and green light together, you get yellow. You mix red and blue together, you get cyan. You mix you mix red and blue together, you get magenta. Sorry about that. You mix blue and green together, you get cyan. Okay. Also, I was asked specifically about my techniques for mixing color. Now, you notice that I put the colors on the paper. Now, I like to do my paintings horizontally because I like to mix the paint right on the paper. Now I'm putting this yellow on here. I'm going to smear that around there. What was that? Go ahead.
How come blue, cyan, cyan, magenta, and yellow when there's blue, red, and yellow? Yellow stays the same in both things.
Yeah, but it isn't in the illumination primaries.
Let's return to the painting.
Still called
yellow.
All
right. Now, right up here, I'm going to get this yellow up here. I'm going to mix that in. You'll notice I'm kind of a slob here. I like to just... And then I mix that in like this. And you'll notice how that makes kind of like a muddy green. Now, I kind of messed up. I meant to do something else, but I'll do this right up here. I put this up here. And go ahead and explain what you're doing, Misty.
Oh, I'm drawing an eye I usually start with black paint because it's just basically all the colors not reflecting anything. And it sort of brings out the light and all the colors that I use later on.
Oh, okay.
That's basically how I use dark colors for the base and then light colors to add later. It usually works out by the time I'm done.
Okay. Now, you'll notice that I made this green line down here. Now when I made this green line down here, I mixed the colors immediately on the paper. But here, with these ones, I left it a little bit more longer. And so I put the cyan over there. And then it still also makes a green, but it has a slightly different effect. It has more of a bunching effect up here, and it has more of a muddy effect down here. Because that was a little bit more tackier. Then I'm going to take cyan up here, and then just put that over there. And this paint was a little bit less tacky. It was a little bit more dry. So it's got that green in it, but it has more yellow showing through. And if you recall, this was the first one I did. And so I get the cyan and I paint it over. And it has the green over it, but it has like these streaks of cyan in it. And ta-da! So you use the same basic techniques, but you get 4 different effects off it. Okay. Let's see. Also, there's a matter... Oh, you can go off that. There's a matter of... shoot, I should have soaked this brush earlier. I didn't realize I had messed that up. Okay. Now, I'm going to make 3 yellow lines. And then around this first yellow line, I'll put cyan, excuse me. By the way, you'll also notice that I like my paints really watery. I like the, what?
Let's get back to the Steve.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm doing the lashes right now. It's just because I like getting that out of the way. Because it's a very difficult task. Because if you don't get it right, then it'll ruin the whole thing. If you got all these other things going on in the eye part, if you don't get the lashes right,
Okay.
the eye, then it's easier just to do the rest while trying to get the eyelashes right.
A thing, think of a thing as this way. A thing is an object, occurrence, or state of being. Now, what is the thing you're trying to get down? Is it an object, an occurrence, or a state of being?
I really don't know.
Well, try to explain it more in depth. You can keep it on Misty right now if you want.
I'm gonna finish the lashes first and then decide after that because it's just easier. I'm using a grayish black over here for the main part, but I'm gonna use the regular black for this part over here.
Yeah, now back to... Let's see, what did you do when you were talking?
Okay. I just put color around these yellows. Now, okay, they weren't exactly identical, but very close. But when you look at the colors of yellow, you see how they interact with the other colors. The surrounding color either detracts or takes away from the initial color that you're using. Now, if you've ever seen a color wheel, and there's plenty of them on YouTube so you can look at them, you'll see that there'll be two colors here and then one color here. That one color is the opposite. So, like if you take magenta and cyan and you mix them, you get blue. So the opposite of blue is going to be yellow. If you take yellow and magenta and you mix them together, it makes red. And the opposite of that is,
Well,
let's see, wait a second. Magenta is cyan. Thank you, Jacob. Okay. And vice versa in the illumination colors, if you mix, well, I think I went over that already. That if you mix red and green together, you get yellow. So in the illumination colors, you also see that the opposite of yellow would be blue. And so that's how that works. Okay, let's see.
yeah, wild eye.
And let's see. All right. Oh, you want to check out her painting? Go ahead.
It's gonna look wild because of how he did the lashes. Which is why I'm glad I did that first.
Okay. No, go ahead and keep on talking.
Because I'm gonna use a rare color that you find in eyes. I'm gonna mix these two colors to make like an amber.
Okay.
Because that's rare to see in eyes.
Okay.
When a mother's eye is like a hazel and a father's eye is like a brown, but the DNA in the kid doesn't know which parent is dominant in the genes, and they're like equal. And sometimes it'll come out one eye blue, well, one eye hazel, one eye brown. But every once in a while, they'll just both eyes will turn into like a light amber color as a result.
Okay. Actually, you reminded me of something that might interest our YouTube audience here. Okay, can you pull the camera away, Jacob? Okay. When you get into molecular coloring, like in stained glass, you get some variations, such as when they use gold, I mean real gold, the metal gold, in the dyes for glass staining. What two colors do you think that makes, Misty?
I really don't know.
You're not going to try and think about it?
No.
Okay.
I'm too lazy to.
You want to give it a shot, Jacob?
Could you say the question one last time?
Okay. When they use gold in glass staining, it can make two colors. What two colors can it make?
I'm going to go with
An amber.
yellow and amber.
Why would you think that?
Well, to me, gold looks kind of like yellow, and amber, I have no clue why I said that, so I'm just
Okay.
going to turn the camera away from me.
Okay. Now, what it actually, what yellow makes is red and green, because the gold is yellowish in color. Well, when the yellow is light is refracted, it breaks into the colors that makes yellow. And as we were discussing earlier, the two colors that make yellow are red and green. So when you reverse that and you break up the yellow, it reverts back into yellow and green. I mean red and green.
Ah, let's go back to Misty.
I was just gonna start by making like parts of a circle. It's not gonna be perfect. Nothing has to be perfect. You can add on to that later. I usually put the color down first because the pupil sometimes depends on the color around it. Just sometimes, not all the time. So I just like the color in the black spot later. Sometimes I do it first.
You know what I've seen some people do?
What?
They paint like a little picture in the middle of the eye, so it looks like there's a reflection in the eye.
I was gonna put like a wolf-like picture in the middle.
Okay, cool.
Because I like wolves very much,
Yeah.
and that's. Why do you always put that camera real close?
I have no idea.
Are you sure it's even recording?
Yes, I'm sure
Yes,
it's recording.
Good.
You just been on for 22 minutes, and
I've been
3
waiting
seconds.
for that long. Wow.
Were you going to do it both in a different color, or?
We started off at 4
Oh, I
minutes.
put down a base color, which will be my amber. Then I was gonna put like a little black in it, and then I was gonna put like a lighter color amber around the pupil, and then a darker color amber around the edge.
Okay.
That's because it just gives off more detail to the eye.
Now let's return to the other.
It's Uncle Manuel.
Okay.
Don't confuse it with George Urge.
Listen, you don't want our entire family on YouTube.
Yes, I do.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Now, another interesting thing that I had seen was in the Army, they put LED lights on tanks. And the reason they do that is like in the desert, when they turn the lights on, when you're looking at the tank, it creates a haze. So the tank in effect disappears, and you can't see it. So they switch this light on, and there's a tank, and then all of a sudden there it isn't. And what this is called is the Bezold effect. And it's what I was talking about here, but that's a way cooler demonstration. They probably got that somewhere on YouTube. I don't know. Because different colors react with each other. And when you have all those little LED lights, it fools the eye into thinking that there's nothing there. You just see haze, and your mind just fills in the blank. And since they're LED lights, they don't give off heat, and they're also
Last forever.
yeah, that too, and unless they get shot up. And then it doesn't make the tank totally invisible, it just makes it harder to see. And also it breaks up the radar signature, so it's hard to see by the eye. It can't be traced by infrared, and it can't be detected by radar.
That's very interesting.
Yep.
This is Geek of her I just want to say that's now been 25 minutes.
Okay.
Aw, Jake,
Hey,
our little
you-
timekeeper.
hey, yeah, you're the cameraman. You're not the timekeeper.
It's gray. That's good. Hey, it's going to be gray. Got it? Just wanted the audience to know that. I use gray first, just so you can put the picture on. Then I start making it a little darker. It helps with lighting and such. And also, I'm going to use it for detailing around the eye. That is one small pupil. It's going to get bigger. I wonder if Uncle Mango has anything to say about it. He usually has something to say about everything.
Yes, I do, but I'm going to keep my opinions to myself and just let you do what you want to do.
Thank
I
you.
don't want to break your momentum here.
I thank you.
Just in case anybody's wondering, I've given Misty advice on painting, and I bought her the paint sets. Well, her and Jacob, but she's taking more of the painting.
Yeah, Jacob doesn't really use the art. He sometimes uses the color pencils. We sort of combined our art set because he wanted to use his wooden box to hold these little fake golden coins. They're not real, of course, but they are made of metal. It's just not gold. Everybody wishes it was gold, but it's not. I wonder where he left it.
Go ahead. I don't have anything to add right now.
I'm going to let that brush soak in a little while I find my detailed brush. Here it is. It's smaller. Oh, I should have washed it.
Yeah, I did want to add something about touch-up. Okay. When you're doing touch-up to a paint, whether you're adding something to an existing painting or you're creating your own painting, if you want to change something, figure out how much you think you're going to need and then use 1/10 of that. And that you want to cut in half. And then you want to cut that in half. And start with just that little at first to change something, because
you don't know how it's really going to look.
I just had to cook on my hand and fucking nuts to get quick. Now, which could hold the breath the longest? A shark or a dolphin?
well, we're kind of making a YouTube video right now, Robert.
Robert, I'll do a video.
Just because you don't know the answer doesn't mean you can jump the question, man.
It's a dolphin.
It's a painting video right now.
Okay.
That was kind of awkward.
But, you know what made me think about that was that woman who tried to repair the painting of Jesus in Europe. I don't remember what city it was in, and she just totally messed it up. And I said, wow, the big mistake was she just used too much paint too fast, because she got that big glob of paint on there, and then she just couldn't get it off. You can always add a little bit more. Once you add it, it's hard to get it off.
Wow. So totally true.
Yeah.
My eye's almost finished, by the way.
Okay.
Thanks for asking, everyone. Even though nobody really asked.
Question, when does the wolf come in?
It's going to be right in the middle of the eye, and that's where I'm going to use the darker color.
Oh.
I'm also going to use a little lighter colors. That's why I made it a little gray. Because it's easier to get a lighter color if the color's a little lighter.
Yeah.
Because a totally dark color will sort of mix in.
Well, yeah. So you're going to use like a black for it then, right? Because
Yeah.
it's gray?
For the outline, but
Yeah.
I don't that, yeah.
Okay.
And now it's been 30 minutes, 10 seconds.
Timekeeper. That's what we call him at church. Timekeeper.
Okay. I'm not critiquing, I'm just pointing something out on the painting here. You'll notice here on the painting how she has the cornea going, the lids are going over the cornea. It's not right inside. That adds quite a bit of interest to the piece. If you had
it's
it
gonna
more
add
in the
like
center,
the outer ridge of the darker color for the darker amber. I'm gonna add just right around the edge. It's gonna add color, make this eye bigger, so the focus will be more to the center.
yeah.
So
Okay.
let's go back to what Uncle Manuel was doing before.
Oh, I'm pretty much done right now. So,
Figure something
unless,
out.
well, you got any suggestions?
Yeah. Tell them how color reflects.
Oh, how color reflects? Oh, yeah, that's an interesting little thing. Okay. Now, if you ever watch fashion shows, a lot of times they'll use different backdrops on the sets. And so, like the fashion coordinators and the designers have to know which kind of color is going to be in the back, because that kind of goes along with what I was talking about here in the yellow, and how the different colors affects the yellow. Because different light shining on a color will change the mood of the color. Don't do that. That's where the microphone is. You're actually... that's louder. Yeah, that's louder there. When you say that. Okay.
I'm mixing my colors right now. Go back to what Uncle Manuel was saying. I'll call you when I'm done.
Okay. So,
I don't know if it's a perfect idea for cameraman. He wiggles a lot.
like,
That's just mean, Misty.
Hey. I don't know if I was a perfect assistant. Either.
okay. Let's say you had something reflective on. Well, that would pretty much reflect any light that was shown on it. Okay. But if, like, you're wearing a mirror, it would also show different things around you. Well, to a lesser extent, your clothes do the same thing. They reflect whatever's around them. And your skin. All colors reflect other colors to some extent. Some less than others and some more than others. Obviously, white's going to be more reflective than black.
I have something to add to that.
Okay, go ahead.
Jacob. Most stop-motion animation movies are made in when everybody in the studio is wearing black, because it's less reflective and you won't get caught in the reflections of anything that might shine in the movie.
Okay, that's interesting. I did not know that.
I learned
But
that.
yeah, that sounds pretty logical. Okay.
Totally messed up this color. It's a green. I can still use it. In fact, I have a use for it.
Okay.
We have to try again later with the darker amber.
And let's see, where was I at? Okay, the reflection of color.
Yeah.
Okay, and also, when you use two complementary colors, you get more of a 3D effect. If you were to use red and green or red and blue, it would kind of make one color look like it's jumping out of the picture. And I had seen a really good example of this. I wish I knew who the artist was. But I really thought that for a second that the picture jumped out. And I thought, wow, I wonder how they did that. And then I looked closer and I said, oh, no, it's just a painting. And it wasn't. It was just the optical illusion that the color had created. So by using the complement trees, you can use make a different, and that goes back to the color wheel of when you mix two different colors. And yeah, I know a lot of people are going to probably say, but isn't the opposite of red green? And I know I just used that example right now. And yes, it is in the organic primary spectrum.
And I add something to the reflection. There's something. There's a white dot on it in the reflection due to the light over there.
Yeah, it's the light.
They're just going to make the white dot your eye.
This is a low production. I hope nobody was hoping for high quality here.
I'm just going to make it your eye right now.
Okay.
I don't think the viewers might see it.
Okay.
If you do, look at his eye.
Let's see. Okay, anything else?
Me?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I'm using this green color for the outer edge. Told you I found a use for it. Gonna add a little purple around it to two colors that really aren't that much alike.
Okay.
Like to draw the it'll seem like a. I'm hoping it'll seem like a fighting battle in it, at the edge.
Okay, well,
Your eyes looking at a fighting battle, the wind blowing. That's why I put this little gray edge around the edge of the lashes. Like the wind's blowing. It's watching something going on straight in front of it. So I put the pupil looking straight ahead. So.
Yeah. I know I said I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm going to make a suggestion right now. Don't put any more of that color on there. You got plenty of it. It's good the way it is. If you put too much, if you put more now, it's going to be too much.
I know. I'm not going to add any more.
Okay.
I don't know why I made that much anyways.
Because sometimes you do. I mean, look how much I made of these, and I didn't use any of that.
Hey, does that blob look familiar?
The blob for the movie. The blob.
No.
I mean, gonna eat you all.
It looks like something.
Oh. Did you want to pick something, Jacob?
No.
Okay.
He's only the cameraman doing his job.
Well, I thought I'd ask to be polite here.
Well,
Gotta get a close-up of her mistake.
Still,
really?
that blob reminds me of something.
Boom! How's that? It reminds you of that spot on your face?
That was just green.
Move over.
Okay, I'm just gonna start messing around here.
Oh, yeah, like I wasn't.
Well, you're actually going for something, and I'm going for nothing now.
I'm trying to think of what I'm going to do, and I just found something I want to do. I'm going to add little light spots on the eye. Oh, hugely helps. My best eye yet was my pencil drawn eye.
No, if you
It
can.
was pencil drawn. You can see. It looked nearly like a real eye.
I need my seat in this.
Or right here. You
Okay,
can video.
okay. All right, well, we'll end here then. Okay, go ahead and stop it.
Stop.
Bye.